My agent rang me about 10 o'clock at night and said, have you heard anything? And I said, no, I've not heard a thing. And he said, okay, right, well, just keep your phone on, because then I put it on Do Not Disturb, and he knows that.
Just constantly.
I miss anything. I tell you what, I missed the Sky Man yesterday morning. Genuinely, coming to the new flat. He said, take your phone off Do Not Disturb, because there might be a call. And literally, next day, like 7:10 in the morning, the phone's going off. And my Mrs. Abby's going, Phil, your phone's going. I'm saying, oh, no, fuck off. Oh. She's going, no, seriously, pick your phone up. So then I looked at my phone, it says Chris Silverwood missed call. I was like, oh no. The first time I got called up, I was having a nap, so I slept through it. I was like, I've got to stop doing this. I rang him up. I said, hello mate, how are you? He said, yeah, all good, how are you getting on? He said, look, can you get to Cardiff tonight? I said, well, yeah, of course I can. And he said, there's been a bit of a thing with a bubble, but you're in the squad, come down. At that point, I didn't know anything, and then obviously woke up, flicked Sky Sports News on. About an hour later, it was out with like full published squad, whatever. So went up there, trained the next day with all the lads. And then Stokes, he came up to us that night and said, listen mate, you're going to make your debut. And I was like over the moon with it. It wasn't what I expected, because I thought, play for England, it's going to be brilliant, fans were all going mad, like this is just sort of a rival to the sort of big stage that saw as I've expected it to be. And we played in Cardiff, where the COVID restrictions were very different, and there was nobody in the ground. It was like my missus, my brother, a few other blokes. It was literally the worst atmosphere. We bowled them out for absolutely fuck all. We knocked them off 1 down, so 9 wickets in hand, like piece of piss. And I remember going back to the hotel, getting a Nando's on delivery, going, has that just happened? Like, that's bizarre. Yeah. And then the second game, we all drove to London in convoy, and then we got there, and that day was like, that was the arrival. Yeah. That was everything about a big game, because that's the thing for me. Like, I know that when it comes to the big game, the big match, the atmosphere, I know that I'll always turn up for that. Mm-hmm. That's what I love doing, and that was the sort of arrival, and I love that. And I love the fact that he was in the stand with my missus and my mate Aaron. You were there as well. Don't cover your face.
No. We ended up playing Bad Boy Chiller Crew in the players and families enclosure or something.
So how bad a time could it have been?
One of the great days, wasn't it?
It was one of the great days. But one of the feelings coming off there, we've won the series. You know, playing for England. It's what you dream about as a kid. That's what you spend all your time hitting balls for. I remember the proudest feeling I had that day was being able to give that day to my mates.
I called you on the train home.
You did,
Bristol, didn't I?
You did, yeah.
Absolutely bothered. I've had a great day, Phil.
Yeah, that was the best bit, and we had a good time, and we had a few beers into the night. But then, literally, Edgbaston came round again. And obviously we had to win again, and we did, and it was a brilliant couple of weeks. Yeah. I'll never forget that.
So what was that like though? You faced the first ball, didn't you? I think. Yeah. Shaheen, Afridi.
Well, Mala come up to me. Mala come up to start the series and said,
David Mallan, yeah.
Yeah, he said, do you like to face the first ball? I said, yeah, I'll face the first ball. And he said, but it's your debut. You don't have to if you don't want to. I said, yeah, I will. Sort of a thing.
Bit about you.
Ball behind me.
Yeah, come on.
Who wants it? I'll take it.
But I remember at Lords though, you took them down early. Like, what was that like? So it was a packed house at Lords. It was Saturday. You're facing Shaheen Afridi, who's one of the better ODI bowlers in the world. And what's going through your head at that point?
Through my head at that point, I remember standing in
absolutely
the...
nothing. Yeah. Just a monkey, just
No, I remember standing in the pavilion at Lords thinking, oh, well, there's nobody here. Because I remember reading Justin Langer's book years ago, and he was saying the two things I hate.
You can't breathe.
Smell of bacon.
Audio book, mate.
Yeah, it was a young team. It was a young team on the audio. But I remember him saying there were two things he hated: the smell of bacon and the smell of coffee. And he coming through, and I remember thinking like, oh, maybe one day if I get to that smell that. I remember walking through thinking, there's nobody here, obviously because of COVID.
Yeah.
And I remember just standing behind that sight screen in the pavilion thinking, whoever manages the occasion better is gonna do the best out of this. And that's what I tried to do, manage the occasion. And then the rest of it just came out. I wasn't thinking too much about it. Maybe in Cardiff I was, maybe in Cardiff I wasn't. But it just sort of came out, and no, I loved it. That was a belting day. I would have loved to have gone on and get 100.
You got out to a pony left armour, didn't you?
Yeah, crap, who's that?
Shaquille or something.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Googling him, right? Shaquille,
who's this boy?
But you batted so well against all these great bowlers. I remember it. But yeah, that must have been absolutely crazy. And yeah, what was that team like? So obviously you had Stokes leading it, but the rest of you were kind of.
We had some lads that we had like Sack who'd played a lot before. We had sort of lads in and around it who have played a lot. Well, not a lot, but they've played a few games.
Yeah.
So I think the only debutants were me, Zach Crawley, John Simpson, Bryden Carse, and there was one other who I'm forgetting because there was 5 of us in the picture. Oh, that's not my bag there. There was one more. But we had a lot of experience in that.
Yeah.
And everyone was on social media. Literally, I wake up any morning after the squad was picked, and my phone would be full up of England C team this, England C team that, Instagram, Twitter, and all these Pakistani fans giving it massive.
Were you getting it?
Oh, were they? He's saying, oh, PSL this, PSL that, these boys are going to do crap, blah, 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 blah. And 3-0, so thanks for that.
Absolutely smashed them, did you? What was Stokes like? Because for us, as people who've never got near the level you played.
Top draw. Lords was the only game where, well, we felt the pinch with the Edgbaston, but the only game we felt the pinch with the ball was Lords, and we took a wicket. I reckon there might have been 4 or 5 down, and Stokes was walking back to me off, and I ran up to him and said, like, what are you thinking bowling wise? I said, are you going to have a bowl? And he went, to be honest, I'll assess it as it comes. If we need me to, I will, but if not, happy to give opportunity to the younger lads. Basic gist of what he said.
Yeah.
I think that's brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, it's unbelievable for him to say that and actually do it and carry on through that. And I think that's the values that are in the England team at the minute with everything that Morgs has instilled.
Yeah.
I can't speak highly enough of him. From every moment I've been in and around that England setup, like everything that Morgs has wanted done has been done.
Yeah.
When he came in, he's literally spoken to everybody as a group or as an individual and said, this is what's expected of you if you want to play for England.
Yeah.
And it's basic, it's real simple. So I've loved every second of it, and hopefully I get a few more chances to be a part of it and properly cement a place.
What does Stokes have for breakfast?
I've got no idea. What I do know is he drives his Lamborghini in, which is unbelievable.
He's central London.
It's class. Oh mate, his Lamborghini's class. I tell you what, literally, I said to him at one point, I said, listen mate, your Lamborghini, the Golf. Some people were tweeting about this, right? There was a tweet I had on my phone, and it was like, so funny watching Stokesy drive his Lamborghini and where Phil Salt drives his used Golf in behind. I literally said to him, I was like, mate, if you want to just plop a tyre on top of it, go for your life. You need to park a tyre or 2 on top of my car. Do it, it's fine, I won't take any offence.